Hello, everyone. So, in our today's session, what we'll be trying to understand is the calculation of density of a cubic crystal. So, in our today's session, we'll be learning how to calculate the density of a cubic crystal. So, always remember that whenever we talk about density of a cubic crystal as a whole, the density of that particular solid, that crystalline solid, is always equal to the density of the unit cell. So that means if we calculate the density of a unit cell, we get the density of the solid. So what we'll be trying to do in our particular session is we will be trying to calculate the density of the unit cell. So for that, we'll be trying to do a small derivation. So let us start with that. So as we know, okay, that whenever we talk about density, density is nothing but mass by volume. So since we are deriving the density of a unit cell, it is nothing but mass of the unit cell by the volume of the unit cell. So in our derivation, our main aim is to get the mass and the volume of the unit cell. Once we get the mass and the volume of the unit cell, then we will tend to we'll try to divide it. Whatever value we'll get or whatever expression we'll get will be the expression of the density. So how to get the mass and the volume of the unit cell? So that is what we are trying to do. So if you can see in your screen, suppose edge length of a unit cell of a cubic crystal is A. We are taking the edge length as A, and D is the density of the solid substance, and M is the molar mass of that particular substance. Okay. In case of cubic crystal, now what do we know in case of cubic crystal is volume of a unit cell is always equal to side cube. Is it not? The side cube is always the volume of the cube. So if the side or the edge length is A, so that means volume is A cube. Mass of the unit cell. So what will be the mass of the unit cell? Now remember that what a unit cell is made up of is atom. Now, depending upon different kind of unit cell, there are different number of atoms. In some unit cell, we have one, like in simple cubic, we have one. In body centered, we have 2 atoms per unit cell. In face centered, we have 4 atoms per unit cell. So basically, it is the atoms which is making that unit cell. So if I get the mass of one atom and multiply with the number of atoms which is present in the unit cell, I'll get the mass of the total unit cell. So the basic aim is to get the number of atoms in the unit cell and multiply by mass of each atom. Okay, so that is nothing but number of atoms in the unit cell multiplied by mass of each atom. That will give me the total mass of the unit cell. Now what we'll do is the number of atoms in the unit cell, we will put it as Z, and mass of each atom we will denote it by small m. Okay, so we have got our two things which we require. We need volume, so we got volume as A cube, and we need mass, we got mass as Z into M. But M is the mass of each atom. Now how to get mass of one atom? Now from the concept of mole, what do we know is mass of one atom in the unit cell M will always be equal to molar mass by Avogadro's number. That is how we get the mass of one atom, right? The molar mass of the atom or molecule divided by the Avogadro's number is mass of one atom. Okay, so that is what actually we are writing here. Okay, M is the molar mass, Na is the Avogadro's number. Okay, where M is the molar mass. Okay, hence what will be the density? So density is nothing but mass of the unit cell by volume of the unit cell. We know that, right? So what is the mass of unit cell? Z into M. What is the volume of the unit cell? A cube. Okay, so Z into M by A cube. Okay, so now M has a particular value. Mass of one atom is nothing but molar mass by Avogadro's number. So D will be equal to, that is density, will be equal to Z, and small m is nothing but M by Na, and A cube in the denominator. So what is the expression for density of a cubic crystal? The density of a cubic crystal is nothing but Z into M by A cube into Na, where Z is the number of atoms per unit cell in a particular unit cell. So that will vary. If you are taking a simple cubic unit cell, that will be 1. If you are taking a body centered cubic unit cell, that will be 2. If you are taking a face centered cubic unit cell, that will be 4. Molar mass will be varying depending upon what kind of atoms or molecule is making that particular unit cell or that crystal. A will be actually varying depending upon the system, and Na is Avogadro's number. So if you take any of this five, okay, there are five variables over there: density, D, Z, M, A, and Na. If any of this four is given, then actually the fifth one can be easily calculated. So with the help of this formula, we actually not only calculate the density, we can calculate the edge length of the unit cell, okay, A. We can calculate the molar mass of an atom or molecule. We can calculate how many particles are present in that unit cell, or we can even calculate the Avogadro's number. So that is how actually, or that is what is the significance of this particular formula. Okay, so we can calculate any of this any one of this five particular variable if the rest four are given or no. Okay, so let us try to take some problem so that we understand how we can calculate the various variables, okay, which are there in the formula. So let us try to take some numerical problems. So let us take our first question. Copper crystallizes with a face-centered cubic unit cell. If the radius of the copper atom is 127 picometer, calculate the density of the copper metal. So we have to calculate the density. Now we know the formula for density. Now in that formula, there are few things which we require. That is the number of atoms per unit cell, Z. So what is the number of atoms per unit cell? They are clearly stating over there that it is a face-centered cubic unit cell. So if it is a face-centered cubic unit cell, the number of atoms is 4. That is what we know from our previous concepts. And the density we need to find. Avogadro's number we know, 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Now, molar mass of copper. So that is supposed to be known. That is 63.5 gram per mole. And what do we require is edge length. But remember that in the question, edge length is not given to you. What is given to you is the radius, not A. It is R is given. But for a face-centered cubic unit cell, we know the relationship between A and R. So let us first start with that. So for a FCC unit cell, A will be equal to 4 by root 2 R. That is the relationship between A and R for a face-centered cubic unit cell. So R is given, so I'll put the value of R. So if I'll put the value, so A will be equal to 4 into R. R is 127.4. Sorry, there is a slight mistake, 127.4 by 1.414, that is the value of root 2. So if I multiply that, I'll get that value and it will be 1.414. If I divide that, it will be 361.4 picometer. Once I get this 361.4 picometer, now what I'll try to do is I'll try to convert that into centimeter. Usually the density is expressed in gram per centimeter cube. So I have to convert picometer to centimeter, and the way to convert is 361.4 into 10 to the power minus 10 centimeter. Remember that 1 picometer is 10 to the power minus 10 centimeter. 1 picometer is 10 to the power minus 12 meter. In terms of centimeter, it is 10 to the power minus 10. So that is how we convert it. Once I got my A, now what I'll do is I'll use the density formula. D is equal to Z into M A cube by Na. Now what are the values? Now D will be equal to Z is 4. Now again I am repeating why it is 4, because in a face-centered cubic unit cell, the number of atoms per unit cell is 4. Z is 4. M is the molar mass for copper. The atomic mass of copper is 63.5. That is to be known. Now the A, which we have calculated just now, it is 361.4 into 10 to the power minus 10. So 361.4 to the power cube into 10 to the power minus 30. 10 to the power minus 10, I am taking whole thing cube. So it becomes 10 to the power minus 30 into nothing but the Avogadro's number, 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. If I'll calculate that, if I just multiply and divide the values, what I'll get is 8.94 gram per centimeter cube. So that is how we calculate the density if the other values are given. Okay. So let me take one or two more problems so that we will be very clear. So our second problem is the density of a FCC element with atomic number 60.2 gram per mole. is 6.25 gram per centimeter cube. Find the cell age. So we have to find now A. Okay. So what are the things given? So the things which are given is density of the element. How much is given? 6.2 gram per centimeter cube. Atomic mass of the element is given, that is M, which is 60.2 gram per mole. Number of atoms per unit cell, it is FCC again. FCC means Z will be equal to 4. And edge length of the unit cell is not given. That is what we need to find. Okay. So now we'll simply use that formula. So D will be equal to Z into M A cube by NA. A cube into NA. So we have to find A. So I'll write this formula in terms of A first. So I'll just cross multiply. So A will go towards the left hand side. D will come into the denominator of the right hand side. So it will be A cube will be equal to Z into M by D into NA. Now, since it is A cube, so I have to get A. So I'll take the cube root of this particular value. So now we'll just put the value. So if I'll put the value, A will be equal to cube root of Z is 4, M is 60.2, D is 6.25, and Avogadro's number is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Once we are done with that, then what we'll try to do is we'll just actually simplify this. 4 into 60.2 is 240.8. 6.25 into 6.023 is 37.64. Now, if you calculate it, what you will be getting is, if you take the cube root, it will be actually giving you 3.977 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. Okay, so that is how we get A. Okay, from the density formula only. Let us try to take one more. Silver crystallizes in a FCC lattice. Okay, so again, it's FCC lattice. If the edge length of the unit cell is 4.07 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter, density of the silver is 10.5 gram per centimeter cube. Calculate the atomic mass. So this time we have to calculate the atomic mass. So in our first problem, we have calculated density. Second problem, we have calculated the edge length. Third problem, we are calculating the atomic mass, that is M. So again, let us write the things which are given. So density of the element which is given is 10.5 gram per centimeter cube. Number of atoms per unit cell is Z equal to 4. Again, it is FCC. Edge length of the unit cell A is given to be 4.07 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. Please be careful with the units that they are same. Okay. If this is given in picometer, then you need to convert into centimeter, or if it is given in any other unit, always remember that the unit has to be same. Okay. Atomic mass of the element M, that we don't know. So that is what we need to calculate. So D will be equal to Z into M, A cube by NA, A cube into NA. So now we have to calculate M. So again, we'll cross multiply it. So it will be D into A cube into NA in the numerator, and Z will come into the denominator. Then you put the value. So M 4.07 into 10 to the power minus 8 to the power cube, value of A. NA 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 minus 2, sorry, 10 to the power 23, not minus 23, into 10 to the power 10.5, and this will be divided by 4. So when we do that, what you will get is 106.59 gram per mole. So that is how actually we calculate different types of problems depending upon what you need to find. Okay, with that, by using that density formula. So it is not necessary that that particular density formula is used to calculate only density. We can calculate various other parameters using the same formula. So that is the importance of the density formula in the what do you call it, in the solid state. Okay, so that is how we calculate, or we derive the formula of density and use that density formula for calculating various parameters in solid state. Okay.